welcome to what we think may be Louisville's first press conference in an alley. My name is Rebecca Matheny, and I'm the Executive Director of the Louisville Downtown Partnership, and we're so excited to be here today. Thanks to all of the artists who came out here today and all of the artists who supported our program. We're still taking submittals, so please keep working. Downtown is experiencing an era of unprecedented growth. We have about $1.5 billion in private investment that's going in. In the terms of the Downtown Partnership, we're also trying to take care of the aesthetics of downtown, and this is an effort to try and transform something that was once a negative into a positive, which is a huge part of the work that we do. I want to thank all of our partners here, including our first two initial sponsors, Ed Hartless with 4th Street Live, who's doing a fantastic job here. Thank you so much, Ed. And John, yes, great job. Keep up the good work. And John and Paul Ford, who are unsung heroes of downtown, who run Riverside Parking and who keep us all moving every day. So we want to thank them very much. There are over 300 service doors in the Central Business District, so we're just getting started. And you can go to our website for both sponsorship and submission packages. I'd also like to mention our partnerships with the Louisville Visual Arts Association and the Kentucky College of Art and Design, who've been terrific and have helped us really coordinate this. Also pleased to announce that Marriott, the Downtown Marriott and Park have also committed to doors. We have a lot of special guests here today. We have Congressman John Yarmouth, who's going to say a couple words. The Honorable Mayor Greg Fisher is going to say a couple more words than he will. Metro Councilman Barbara Sexton-Smith is going to add some more words. And my team at LDP, who worked really tirelessly on this, especially Ken Herndon, whose fantastic idea this program was. Thank you. And also a special thanks to Sarah Lindgren, who coordinates public art for Metro, and who's a great partner every day. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce our Honorable Mayor, Greg Fisher, who's had a very restful last week and a half.
All right, thank you, Rebecca, I appreciate it. Well, what's so cool about living in a city is all the surprises that pop up as you move around a city and you take a look at old architecture and new architecture and the built environment, and think how many smiles are going to come on people's faces when they're walking here and they look over and see what was once kind of a vanilla door, just a functional entryway into a building, and now it's a beautiful piece of art for our city. And then they'll go on to the next one and next one. And when you have these kind of surprises in cities, it brings people back and they say, this is an authentic place. This is not like everywhere USA. And that's what this project represents. It's kind of just a fun and whimsical way to showcase our fantastic artists and for people to have fun in our city. So it's really great to be here this morning in an alley in the middle of downtown with many of our local artists as well, celebrating this new program. As I mentioned, people come to Louisville a lot to admire our architecture and our facades, and we've got just a beautiful main street with this historic architecture, and you've got really cool window designs here on South 4th Street, and then you have Nulu, of course, coming to life. We could spend a half an hour talking about all the areas in our city that are coming back to life. But today I'm happy to announce an initiative that will give our alleys and service stores a very special look of their own. And this is called Alley Gallery. An Alley Gallery is a program to repurpose alleys or back of the property doors to create an outdoor art gallery featuring the work of local artists who will turn these forgotten places into destinations. And you can very easily see people walking around town wanting to check all these out. There are more than 300 doors within the boundaries of downtown Louisville that could qualify for this program. So how does it work? First, we're inviting artists to submit a photo of existing work, which is placed in a Dropbox catalog from which property owners can choose work for their property. The property owners then pay a $300 fee to the artist, and the images are applied in vinyl, which allows for easy repair in case of damage, and to include any art medium that can be photographed, not just two-dimensional works. Once an image is chosen for a door, it's removed from the catalog, and the artist is encouraged to submit another photo for consideration. A page on the Louisville Downtown Partnership website will feature the doors, and we'll have a link to an interactive map that will allow anyone on foot or on bike to enjoy self-guided tours. Today, the first 16 doors are being featured, including 11 right here in this alley, with more to come, including 9 at the Marriott just around the corner. and several other potential sponsors have already expressed interest. To date, 37 of our great local, very talented artists have submitted more than 160 pieces for consideration. And many of our artists have joined us here today. Let's give a round of applause to our great artists here. Good job. So we got great momentum in the city right now, $10 billion of capital construction. You see that in buildings all over the place. But we got to give it a little soul. We got to give it a little Louisville originality so that these doors sing to you when you're walking by them. And that's what this wonderful project will do for us every day. So thanks so much for everybody for coming out, and congratulations on just a tremendous project here.
We're always so excited when the best congressman in America can join us, John Yarmouth, who's had a very restful, I'm sure, last 24 hours. So we're pleased that he could be here today, and we'd like to have him speak.
Thanks very much. Yes, chiropractors in Washington are doing a great business these days because everybody's just shaking their head like this. Everybody's neck's pretty sore. Thank you for letting me be part of this. You know, it's not every city that has a mayor who invites people to come paint on buildings. But that's Possibility City, and that's the kind of community that Greg Fisher is leading so well. And with people like Ken Herndon, a longtime friend, the vision that they have for this community is just astounding. You know, I like to say that the only thing that survives from civilization to civilization is the work of the human mind, the creativity of the human mind. Now, I don't know how long these paintings are going to survive, but we know that the spirit of them, the creativity and the artwork, the vision that they express will be with us for a long time. But this is truly what makes a community great. This is the culture of a community, the creativity of a community, the imagination of a community. So I'm excited about the Alley Gallery program. You know, I'd make one political comment. We have people, I won't mention names, in this country who want to eliminate government support for the arts. And I can't imagine a more disastrous policy. What we need for today and the future is creativity. And if we eliminate funding for the arts throughout this country, we're going to stifle the development of creative minds in this country, and that will be horrible for us. So I'm going to fight any reduction in government funding for the arts. And I hope you will join me in that. But meanwhile, thanks to all the artists, it's a wonderful showcase for you, and thank you for participating and for everything you add to this community. Thanks to Louisville Downtown Partnership. Mayor, as always, thanks for your great vision and energy. And I look forward to 300 doors of art in community, and we'll probably have to have traffic lights in the alleys, but that'll be okay. Thanks very much.
So it's also my pleasure to welcome Councilwoman Barbara Sexton Smith, whose enthusiasm for, knowledge of, and support of both the arts and downtown has been really unparalleled. So I'm really glad to have her here today.
All right. Together through the arts, we create a great American city. Everybody remember that? Yes, Congressman Yarmouth. I'm going to say my next favorite thing I love to say as a result of his invitation for us to join him as he fights on Capitol Hill for that $147 million of federal funding to go all across the United States of America. So send me in, Coach. I'm ready to go. You guys, $147 million in that federal budget. 804,000 of those dollars find their way to the Commonwealth of Kentucky each year. And some of those dollars find their way right into Jefferson County and right into downtown Louisville for those 70,000 folks that come here to work each day. If you take that and look at what that does across the country, $698 billion of economic activity is generated in America with that little teeny tiny line item called Arts and Culture and Humanities in America, $170 million. Are you going to help Congressman John Yarmouth fight for that? I will not repeat what Mayor Fisher just said behind me, but it was an enthusiastic comment. Where else in America can you find a mayor that has a call and response, as in calling for an amen when he's speaking? Where else in America can you have a mayor that creates words that take on a meaning and created an entire tourism, bourbonism? Well, I'm going to throw out here, Ed, artism for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, my few comments is to say thank you to the men and women who make their living creating art for the rest of us to enjoy. Give them a round of applause. More than $300 million of economic activity is generated in our community every year, and more than 8,000 people earn their living and pay taxes in the industry of arts and culture right here in Louisville. So join me as we sing as we go by those doors that are going to sing to us as promised by the mayor. Come out, ask your friends. Anybody have a friend that says, I don't know if I'm going to go downtown. Where am I going to park? Do you ever hear that? Good. Nobody hears it. I hear it all the time. So everybody out there, come on downtown, tour these galleries, sing a song, tour bourbonism, and just remember, together through the arts, we create a great American city.
Thank you so much for being here today. Go out and be inspired in an alley.